Hi Libra, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your monthly astrological report for the month of July 2022. If you could please subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it. So you begin the month in a Neptune haze. Neptune, which represents spirituality, imagination, dreams, and compassion, as well as delusion, illusion, fantasy, and deception, retrograded on June 28th at 25 degrees of the mutable water sign of Pisces. And it retrograded in your house of health and work and daily routine. You feel the buildup 5 days before and 5 days after. Maybe you're feeling really drained and tired as you begin the month because Neptune rules sleep, and it retrograded in your house of health and daily regimen, so getting enough rest. But also there could have been deception or confusion uncovered at the workplace. Neptune is very psychic and intuitive. It can enhance your dreams and your intuition and psychic ability. So pay attention to the messages and dreams that you're receiving. There are 4 points transiting in the Cardinal fire sign of Aries, and that's a very active, action-oriented sign. Jupiter, the luckiest planet, the grand benefic, entered the Cardinal fire sign of Aries on May 10th, entering your house of partnerships and relationships. Jupiter opens up many doors, and it's a great opportunity to partner with others romantically, socially, professionally, every way you want to. And it will be in this sector of your chart through October 28th. It returns to the final 2 degrees of Pisces from October 28th through December 20th, expanding your work and your health and your habits, bringing optimism to that area. Then it returns to your sector of relationships from December 20th through May 16th of next year. So a lot of expansion through your relationships, and also focus on your work. And Chiron, the wounded healer, is also transiting in Aries, helping you to face vulnerability around your partnerships. Eris, the goddess of discord, is there. That is the warrior feminine fighting for what she wants in your house of partnerships. And Mars, the planet of action and willpower and drive and passion, entered Aries on May 24th, which is the sign it rules, activating a new 2-year cycle for you of really partnering with others in the best ways possible. So really getting out there. And then the sun is transiting in the Cardinal water sign of Cancer, lighting up your house of career and life direction. Venus, the ruler of your sign, the planet of money, love, and what you value, is transiting in Gemini in your house of hope, learning, teaching, life experience, and manifestation. Really good for promoting yourself in creative ways and having fun learning and doing some travel. Mercury, the planet of learning and communication, is also transiting in Gemini through July 5th. This is excellent for you for tapping into hope, writing down and speaking affirmations to really tap into that. And again, promoting yourself and publicizing yourself. And so we begin the month, and on July 1st, Mars, the planet of war and aggression, clashes with Pluto, the planet of power, at 10:14 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That could bring power struggles with family members or with intimate relationships. So lay low with that energy, because people could be looking for a fight. On July 2nd, Mercury, the planet of communication, forms a helpful aspect to Saturn. And this occurs at 6:39 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's really good for being creative, for tapping into hope, and for anchoring your work. Mercury later clashes with Neptune, the planet of confusion, at 4:53 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That could bring confusion with work matters or just misunderstandings. So it's better to do the creative part of it, because it can be very creative energy, very good for tapping into something, just like very, very creative. But it could be confusion with others, so working on your own. On July 5th, there are two planetary changes. Mars, the planet of action, enters the fixed Earth sign of Taurus, where it will tour through August 20th. And it's transiting in your house of joint resources, money, debt, taxes, and credit. It's also a very psychological house of the chart, dealing with facing the wounds in order to heal, dealing with loss, dealing with depression, finding power, finding your power within to heal yourself. And it's an empowering energy. Even though it might be very painful, you at least feel like you have some agency in that transit. Mercury, the planet of communication, enters the cardinal water sign of Cancer at 2:25 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Mars changes signs at 2:04 a.m. So right after, Mercury will enter Cancer at 2:25 a.m., where it will tour through July 19th, transiting in your house of career and life direction. Excellent for all forms of communication, pitching ideas, marketing yourself. If you're looking for a job and interviewing, excellent energy, and just good for learning a lot in what you're doing and trying to accomplish. On July 6th, Mercury forms a helpful aspect to Mars at 2:37 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Good for getting things done, good for financial and professional ventures. On July 9th, Mercury squares the biggest and luckiest planet, and that occurs at 2:14 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's not a challenging energy. It could be a lot going on and maybe excessive, but it could be feeling very optimistic and having a lot happen at once. So that's not a negative thing. And then on July 10th, the sun forms a helpful aspect to Uranus, the planet of innovation, at 4:49 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And that is a very helpful energy, very innovative and thinking on your feet. And then on July 13th, that is the day of the full moon. Venus, the planet of love and the ruler of your sign, forms a beautiful aspect to Saturn, and that occurs at 12:28 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, bringing stability in relationships and financial situations, so in healing partnerships and love. The full moon occurs at 2:37 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 21 degrees and 21 minutes of the cardinal Earth sign of Capricorn. And that's a very significant degree because that's where the two malefics met up on July 12, 2020. Saturn, the planet of karma and restriction, and Pluto, the planet of death and regeneration and power. The two met up at the world point at 22 degrees of the cardinal Earth sign of Capricorn, bringing down the structures in our lives forever, permanent change, and we're healing in the new age of Aquarius now. It's not been easy. And this full moon occurs in your house of home, family, and emotional foundation. So you've been through a lot the last few years, and that's where Saturn was transiting at that time. That can bring endings and difficulties, and it was in that sector of your chart really from 2018 through the end of 17 through the end of 2020. So this full moon sets that off, but Venus trining Saturn. Venus is the ruler of your sign, bringing optimism, and later that day Mercury forms a helpful aspect to Uranus, and that happens at 8:17 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and that brings innovation in dealing with some solutions and ways that we can heal and solve things. So that's a positive energy. On July 14th, Venus forms a challenging aspect to Neptune at 1:24 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And that can feel challenging with tapping into hope and feeling like things seem elusive. But do manifesting work. When Neptune is involved, it's always good for tapping in to the unconscious mind. But relationships could be a bit challenging or confusing that day. On July 17th, let's see, Mercury forms a really positive aspect to Neptune, and that's a very good energy for tapping in to the dream and doing spiritual and healing work. And that is a really nice energy that occurs at 3:52 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Good for you professionally and with work matters. And then the sun forms a beautiful aspect to Neptune at 6:55 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And that's really positive energy for really believing it's possible to magnetize your dreams in your life goals and in your work. Venus changes signs that date and enters the Cardinal water sign of Cancer at 9:32 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, where it will transit through August 11th, adding Venus will be transiting in your house of career and public image and life goals. Excellent for making a good impression, excellent for partnering with others professionally, excellent for marketing yourself, and really good energy for your career. And then on July 18th, Mercury forms an opposition to Pluto, and that occurs at 3:01 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That could bring endings or power struggles. Things could get uncovered with your family or with your career, but that's an intense energy, so lay low if you can. July 19th, Mercury changes signs and enters the Cardinal fire sign of Leo at 8:35 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, where it will transit through August 4th, transiting in your house of friends and groups and community. Good for networking with others, good for socializing, good for if you're networking to promote your business, great for social media and getting involved in that way. And let's see here. On July 19th, Chiron, the wounded healer, retrogrades at 11:21 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 16 degrees, at 16 degrees and 26 minutes of the Cardinal fire sign of Aries. And that is retrograding in your house of partnerships. So again, you may feel more painful dynamics with your relationships or more vulnerability, but this is for you to do healing work. And on July 22nd, the sun enters the fixed fire sign of Leo, where it will be through August 22nd, touring in your house of friends and groups, good for bringing light and levity to that area of your life, having some fun socially. You still have Jupiter, the luckiest planet, in your house of relationships, so a lot of social energy being encouraged. And then on July 25th, the two benefics square one another. Venus, the planet of love and money, squares Jupiter, the planet of abundance and expansion. And that occurs at 2:13 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's not a negative energy, just could be a lot going on, could be a bit indulgent, but could be fun as well. On July 26th, Mercury forms a challenging aspect to Mars at 3:13 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. There could be clashes with that, and potentially people could be a bit more combative, so kind of, recognizing that. And then on July 28th, there is a new moon that takes place at 1:55 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 5 degrees and 39 minutes of the fixed fire sign of Leo. The sun loves being in Leo, so this is a hopeful and happy new moon that takes place in your house of wishes, friends, and groups. The new moon is always a time for setting intentions and planting new seeds, so really focus on what you're trying to manifest with that. I think that's a fun energy for you. And pardon me. And sorry. And then Jupiter, which is the luckiest planet, retrogrades at 4:37 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 8 degrees and 43 minutes of the Cardinal fire sign of Aries. And you feel the buildup 5 days before and 5 days after. And it's retrograding in your house of partnerships and relationships. And you're the relationship sign. And so it's not, it really, you feel the energy during that 5 days before and 5 days after, but reviewing how you can expand through your relationships and through your partnerships. And again, that's the luckiest planet. On the 31st of July, Uranus, the planet of surprise, brilliance, and the unexpected, meets up with the north node of karma at 3:05 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time in your house of money and joint resources and healing and transformation. There could be amazing opportunities financially that come in out of the blue. Pay attention to what comes up at that time for you. And I wish you a lot of luck, Libra. Thank you very much.